So, here we are again. We are back with Conan, Shadow of the Sorcerer. We are in Act number 7 out of 7, so we're nearing the final stretch, the final furlong, as some people say in this country. And before we start, a little bit of channel news on YouTube. I got 1,000 subscribers, only 3.5 years in or something. So that's how long it took. And I'm starting raking in the money. It was 58p yesterday.
Oh, you woke up.
Oh,
I can retire soon.
Big money, no whammies.
Yeah, you never know. I might actually start paying for something. I don't think I'll even get a Zoom subscription out of it a month, but we'll see. So, if anybody wants to donate some money, you know, there are some social links down there. I think there's a Ko-fi link somewhere as well, roughly over there, below Mortas. So if you want to buy us a coffee, buy me a coffee. Sorry, I'm not going to share that with the others. Then please do. Yeah, or if you want something shared with the others, you may need to make a specific request, and then I might send them a coffee, one of those little instant coffee things.
and
Or you
since
buy me a
Reldenash,
drink when I meet you.
since Reldenash is our GM, next week on the 4th is GM Appreciation Day. So you should appreciate your GMs.
Yes, that was a
We do.
really nice video you made about that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. And I think it was actually very timely because in March I'm also hoping to run a few streams. Don't know how many yet. I haven't scheduled so many. For charity, which is a German charity, supporting a hospital in Lübeck. Basically what they do is they have a house there where families of the children, because this is a pediatric hospital, families of the children can stay close to their kids while they're in long-term hospital. So that's basically they're always looking for sponsorship. Last March we got, I think, 2,500 euros for them. Not me, but now another stream. And this year they're basically saying, if you want to run something on your own stream, let's see whether we can get a bit more money. That would be nice. So that will be March, and partially in German, partially over here on this channel. But we'll see. So
That's wonderful.
it is a really good idea, I think. Yeah, and the feedback they were dead chuffed. Basically, we took sponsorship of one of the community rooms. Yeah, which really helps them. So, somebody donated some role playing games, so the kids and the families staying there could also play some board or role playing games.
I had a sick daughter when she was 13, 12. And so it was many years of going back and forth to the pediatric hospital, which was about, about 500 kilometers away.
Oh, that's a long
and
way.
so I completely understand and appreciate what the charity is doing. So that's great.
500 kilometers. Welcome to Canada.
No, that's nothing. That was a short drive. That was like 4 hours.
Short drive. In March, I'm also going to go to Germany.
Hours of driving gets me out of the country on the longest way possible.
around Vienna and up to Germany and stuff.
Basically.
Yeah, good. Anyway, speaking of journeys, we have embarked on a new journey with our heroes here. What happened last time? I want to give us a few highlights, not the whole story, just a few highlights. What happened last time? We started last time with a banquet reception by King Apophis in his palace on the island of Tothmekri. So, pick it up from there. Go on.
Well, there was a fight. We killed a lot of people. JR bonked the ghost.
Yep.
This is how Delta sees the world.
Dothmekri is dead.
We killed almost all of the royalty there.
Yes.
Yeah.
If not all.
No,
We went into the dreamland and killed more.
Yeah.
The daughter.
You killed the king.
Yeah. We
You
killed
condemned
Sons.
one of the
Tothmekri, we sacrificed Rimward.
Tothmekri's grandsons.
Mekrekre.
Meketre, I think
Meketre, yeah.
you
Like
didn't
that,
kill
yeah.
him, did you?
No, we didn't kill him. He got.
Yeah, we sacrificed him. As in, we
Yeah, he got.
told.
No, we essentially
Watch.
same thing.
Yes, we
Are you-
sacrificed him. And then there was Tothmekri's wife, the undead version.
She's not there, isn't she?
And the only one that wasn't was the princess. She
Yeah.
disappeared. And what happened with the king of the Bahari? sorry, the captain of the Bahari, King Odo something. Let's call him Odo. What happened with him?
Wasn't he writhing in pain?
He
first?
he was celebrating with you the great
He was killed by
victory.
mysterious snake bites.
And
My
he had
notes say.
puncture
Yes.
wounds on the shoulder, and they started frothing and foaming. He killed all of them, frothed and foamed some more, and then basically you couldn't do anything for him anymore. So he died, and his daughter, Mataya, had to take over command. She rallied everybody together. She got all the people who wanted to get off the island, like the Corsairs and the pirates, to work together. And you boarded the ship after a great funeral on the beach. So you're now on the ship. You're now sailing back towards the... Might have to show you the big map if you want. The big world map. The coast of Kush. So you're down in the bottom left corner of the map. And of course I need to make sure that our stream can see it.
Who's controlling the crew on the ship? Is it the daughter then?
As the daughter and her bosun. First officer. So you were down here, close to where it says Nameless Isle. Yeah? So we started in Mesantia. Up here, we went to Ascalon. Then we went down to the Nameless Isle, and now you're going over to the coast of Kush, towards this bit here in the north, called Zabhela. And you're on a ship. So you have spent a few days on the ship, and some of you have been using this time to learn and to further your skills. Just briefly, what did you get up to during this journey? Maybe you got up to a nice conversation about what is behind you or what's in front of you.
I have been practicing my acrobatics and jumping from crow's nest to sail all over the place. And I've just been doing rope work and jumping around.
Jumping around.
I think I managed to persuade Durzo to do a bit of fighting with me to do a bit of practice.
Some sparring.
And
Yeah, that's a good idea.
whether he liked it or not. And I guess just ask the crew, just get a general feel on how the crew are getting on. What do they think of what's happened, especially in light of their master, their captain has been killed.
Well, you hear a lot of heroic stories. He seems to have been pretty much universally not just liked but loved, because he was a very personable leader, and he looked after his crew very well, so that they actually were filling their pockets very nicely with some looting and pirating. Yeah, Twitch has your pictures covered because I'm showing the map to the stream, but I guess I can take that off again. There you go. The map is sometimes more prettier than the mugs. So, overall, he was very much appreciated and is sorely missed now.
And how is the daughter captaining the crew? Are they sort of following her? Are they?
They are hopeful because she has been serving on the ship for a while, so they know her. She's not just, here's a new leader, deal with it. They know her, but they're a bit more cautious. But however, because life is good, you have filled the hold of the ship with some nice food, but more importantly, a lot of treasure. So that actually goes a long way to making these people here happy, because you've got crew from the original ship that you were on.
Yeah.
And you have got the crew from the Bahari, and they're basically having to work together, and they're coming together nicely. And basically, one of the things Mataya said is, you're going to label your loot, you're going to put it in the hold and lock it, and nobody's going to go in it. So there's not like they're trying to gamble with their loot, and there's no fights going on about, this is mine, this is prettier. So it's all locked away during the journey until they reach the harbor. So that was one of her decisions, which was quite sensible, you reckon? That includes your part of the loot, by the way. Okay. But they seem to trust her enough for that.
On the matter of locking away, I guess we secured the amulet somewhat.
You can lock it up, or one of you can carry it on you.
No, it's on me.
Can we trust
Is
you?
it though?
because
She's lost
I've
enough
had
times before.
I've had such good luck.
Check your
having it.
pockets.
No, it's around. It's right there.
It gives you some.
Behind my stuff.
It gives you some strange visions and dreams. You reckon? You don't sleep very well with it on you, and you keep seeing desert views. You keep seeing this valley somewhere, but it's hot, it's dry, and even sometimes you feel it almost like when you're breathing. It's like you're getting raspy sand into your throat, even though you know you're on a ship. Very strange. What about the rest of you? What are you doing on the ship, or do you want a short scene where you're just standing there or sitting there and talking to each other?
I would spend some time to refill my healer's bag, which I can do with alcohol. Should be available at plenty on a ship.
That's a good healer's bag. It used to be full of herbs and stuff, but
no, it says I can use alcohol to, replenish things. So I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's in Skyrim as well, isn't it? You can do that. I think as on an alcohol you can actually refill your healer's bag.
Okay. When it's Skyrim, you can also just pause and eat 3 wheels of cheese to replenish your HP. So there's that.
Oh, and then you feel sick afterwards. Yeah. All right. But come on, let's have a little scene where you just talk about what lies ahead of you, or what you think lies ahead of you.
Oh, that's a good point.
So,
journey, haven't we?
Yeah, but Mattia, she told us the location of the how's it called?
The
Valley of something.
Valley of Set.
Valley of Set, yeah.
Yes.
So we kind of know where to go. We just need to organize a caravan of some sort.
I wasn't just talking about the route that's going to be ahead of you, but the challenges, the drama, the decisions that might lay ahead of you.
So, I guess Shira will turn to Durzo, knowing that Durzo is kind of one of the strongest, and I say, I've been having a lot of dreams. Have you had any dreams?
Did I?
Have you?
No, I mean, Frank, did I?
None of recent.
Make it up. Up to you.
No, not so far. It might be with your vicinity to the amulet.
And I turn to the other two and I say, have you had any dreams? I've been having a lot of dreams where I'm almost coughing, and I feel the sand in my lungs and in the back of my throat, and I can't. I almost can't talk, and I'm choking. I'm wondering if maybe we should make some kerchiefs or something. Are you having the same dreams?
We've had an interesting journey. We've been lots of places. We've travelled to realms we've never thought we could ever go to. I've had some strange dreams off the back of that, but nothing too vivid, nothing too bad.
No dreams as similar as the previous ones where we are all together.
The eye is giving me almost premonitions of where we're going, and I mean it's all consistent with what we've heard, but it seems as if maybe there's a storm that we're going to encounter.
Do you think we'll go back to the Dreamlands at all, or do you think our time is finished there?
Oh, I'm sure we're going to go back, but I'm wondering if we should be more prepared, like if there's anything on the ship that we can kind of make, I don't know, maybe even out of sail material that can wrap around our faces like a veil, but for our mouths.
In your dreams, are you in the real world or in the dream world?
No, I'm in the real world. It's a premonition of the future. It's as if we're going to the temple, we're going to the location, but I can't quite. I feel it inside of me. I feel the sand in my mouth and in my nose, and it's very vivid. This dream.
It must be because you have the amulet of the eye. It must be doing this to you.
Oh, absolutely. But I think that it's worth it for us to have it on us. I know that in the past that mistakes have been made, but I think that it's really important that that at least we keep it with us, because if we have it just in a chest, who knows what will happen to it.
See, he's having the same dream now.
Yeah. And what about those? And does anybody even have speculate about the claws, the snake claws, in the captain's neck?
I'm wondering whether that was the daughter, whether the king's
Could have
daughter.
been.
She's the one who kind of sneaked off, and maybe she had to. He was in the way, and she decided he was better off dead for her to get away. In fact, maybe she's on the ship. Maybe she's hidden away in a hold.
Yeah, on that note, we said last session that we wanted to search the ship for stowaways.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have
anything come
searched
up
the ship
in
for
the search?
stowaways. You did not find a stowaway.
We searched all the luggage and everything. Just
Yeah.
Because she's invisible.
Well, but she kind of just vanish from the fight?
Pretty much.
Yeah, but there were so many
Yeah,
things
yeah.
going on. Anyone could easily step away, and you wouldn't have seen it.
she could have hid into the island, just deep into the forest.
No, I think she's on the ship. I think she's on the ship. How else would he have? We've looked around. We haven't found any snakes.
No.
But she also has no real motive to come with us, does she? Like her everything.
Well, maybe
had
she
to do with
desires
the
what we
ritual. The
have.
amulet was tied to the Stygians, who are now all dead.
But Mortaz, she is the inheritor of the king, is she not?
Yeah, sure, but the ritual requires Stygian nobility sacrifice.
But also, there's little for her left on the island.
Yeah, there is no kingdom left.
Oh, quite a
was
few
very
of
few
the
survivors who
snake
would have fled.
people escaped the fight or were never in it in the first place.
Yeah, but we took care of most of them.
Most of the people in the throne room, yes.
Yeah,
In the throne.
many others
It's
would
the
have just
people.
fled.
It's the people's revolution.
Okay. At some point, what was his name? Evangele comes to you and speaks to you. Let me just pick this one out. Here was the picture of him, if you want to see him again. He's no longer in chains, so ignore the chains around him. And you reckon you might have another day on the ship, not more than that. And he approaches you and says, "Oh, I need to speak to you. You're all together, and seeing as you're all sitting here together and talking, I think I need to speak to you." And with that, he pulls out a dagger from his belt, which is a very fine item. You can see that, but he's holding it like he doesn't really want to attack you with it, just in case you want to misjudge this.
There's a riposte dead.
He sees you twitch and says, "I mean you no harm, don't worry. Last night, as I slept, I had a curious dream. And that I was visited on my favorite beach by a robed man. Old like me, but from the North Hyborian kingdoms. He spoke to me. He was no holy man, no priest, but like one, do you know what I mean? I could tell that he was also no true man at all, but one who wore the form just to put me at ease. We sat on the beach together, and he told me to give you something. He wrote it into the sand with his finger, and made me remember it, bidding me to give it to you, and making sure I would get it right. Dazzle, can I have your sword? And I'll show you."
I'll hesitantly hand over the sword.
Drive it through his body.
And he starts scratching with his dagger, which must be really, really sharp steel, hard steel. He starts scratching into the metal of the blade close to the hilt, some sort of design, and takes him a little while. And he just looks at you, turns up, puts the dagger down, hands the sword over to you, says, "There you go." And And you
Do I now have a ghost slashing sword?
You see a ghost slashing done? Oh, yeah. But you have. I thought I put it on here. Clearly haven't. Basically, what he scratched into it is the shape, roughly, of a bird.
A
But
bat?
A bird.
A bird. Ah, okay.
But you seem to remember this. You've seen this before somewhere.
Was it one who carried a tour off?
No. But Moatas just looks at it. Says, clearly. What's that? He says. You say, this is the sign of... Haven't guessed it yet.
No.
Mitra. The sign of Mitra, you know, Phoenix.
Oh.
Yeah, you recognize it because you have gone to the Temple of Mitra, if you remember. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ages ago.
Ages. Yeah.
So many religions,
Like ages.
so many birds.
This is a blessing. I don't understand it, but I was told to give it to you. And he turns to the others and say, shall I do the same with your weapons?
Yes.
So pick a weapon.
If it will help us in our
I'm gonna be
final
wise.
attack.
Pick a weapon that you want to give him.
Does a bow count?
Yeah, I suppose we can do that.
Easier to carve than in a sword.
Yeah. With his slightly trembly fingers, he manages to put a smaller version of the same rune into your bow. And he turns to Moatas and says, have you a weapon?
I'll need this dagger. I'll handle it.
Okay. That's challenging. Takes him a little longer, but he manages that too. And then finally, he tells Sushira, what weapon would you want to carry a blessing?
I have my whip, and on the bottom of it there are small kind of almost like hooks, barbs that are made of metal. So kind of like a cat of nine tails on the bottom of the whip. He could etch it into that, but perhaps he sees my. So I bring that out, but I think he sees my fan.
Yeah.
And looks at my fan and says that that would do perfectly. So I grab out my fan, which has metal on either side of it, and I give that to him.
And he does his artwork on it. And he says, there. Passes it up, looks upwards to the heavens and says, there, old man, I have done all I can for them. Be safe on your journeys, he says to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bows a
It's
little
much
bit.
appreciated.
You have a dangerous journey ahead of you. Anything I can do to assist?
You're not interested in joining us?
No, I want to go back to my village. I have been along far too long. And you have the staff.
We're going to be facing desert. Do you have any experience? Anything that can help us to breathe, to be able to function normally?
I would
in that hot weather.
Seek out an outfitter when we arrive in Zabhela. There are many, many traders who travel north into Stygia, and they will have experience and equipment. Clothed like the locals is my recommendation. Like the sand people.
Thanks.
So, with that, none of your conversations about what lies ahead of you refer to what are you going to do with your fabulous wealth afterwards. Let's move it on. Yeah, you're being cautious. I understand. In case you lose all that wealth again, right?
Yeah.
I just had one thought before Mavangale joined us in relation to the daughter. Do we know if she was a sorceress?
Mattia?
She'd be hiding herself amongst the crew.
Ah, sorry, you mean the
disguised as it.
daughter of the king?
Yes.
Hecford.
Yeah.
did you know? You certainly had the suspicion. Because they all managed to somehow mask their appearance, if you remember, until somebody said that incantation. So probably, she studied probably with her father, who was a mighty sorcerer, even though we made short work of him. Short shrift. He was quite a mighty sorcerer. So, yeah, you can guess that it's likely that she can have some sort of magic.
And when they came in, didn't they change from being... They came in as snakes, didn't they? When they came into the room, the throne room?
Originally, no. They were slightly serpentine-looking humans. But when you said that incantation, basically that mask fell away and there were, snake people. I'm just looking with the temple picture behind you has got a snake person on it, but I think it's not a snake.
So this is quite easy if you are a snake to hide on the ship.
Could be. But if you're able to weave some magic to appear different, I mean, it's a mix and mash of lots of crewmen from 2 or 3 different crews.
Lots of people don't know each other, so there's lots of strangers around. I think we need to be careful. I think we should assume she is on here. Just be on guard.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're heading towards the coast of Kush. Kush is ruled by a class called the Chagas. Basically, they're the leader caste, and they always say their lineage goes back to the royal lines of Stygia, a long, long time ago. That's one caste, and the other one is called the Galas. Yeah, that often, the Chagas always pride themselves in being slightly lighter skinned, and that makes them superior, apparently. Whereas the Galas are much more numerous, but continually oppressed, as it says here. So there's a lot of tribal, racial, caste-based tension in this place you're heading towards. You know that much of it. Gala caste Kushites are typically tall, ebon-skinned giants, that's how it describes them here. While the Chaga are even taller, lighter-skinned, but slenderer. And a bit darker than the dusky-skinned Stygians. This is all, I think, Howard's words. You know also that they worship different gods, I think, because somebody here, Mortas, is a bit of a scholar, so you might know this. The most Gala worship a gorilla god, an ape god called Jula. Remember your encounter with a gorilla god?
Remember
Hanuman? So you may not want to boast about that too much. Whereas the Chagas patron is the deity Set, which is what shape?
Snake.
Snake, yeah.
So you may not want to boast about that too much either. Having slaughtered lots of snakes, but just as a little pointer.
What language do they speak? Is it something that Moataz can speak?
Well, Kushite, or Kush. I think it's Kushite, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Kushite.
Does anybody speak Kushite?
Mortas in 5 minutes, so we go.
Yeah. Yeah. He's studying on the...
No, I don't know Kushite.
Yeah, you're studying on the boat.
Well, you can. There are some Kushite crew, so you can study on the boat if you want to. How does your talent work again? Remind me. Your linguistic talent.
Yeah, it's spend a fortune to learn.
Do you want to?
It's just
you have 2. Do it.
Exactly. I think you don't need it.
No, nothing like peer pressure. Yeah, group pressure. Do it.
We just keep on going to Mortas. Have you learned the language yet?
Come on, you had 3 days.
Taking so long.
Ah, right, polyglot. There you go.
Polyglot. There you go.
Yeah, that is a great talent, isn't it?
Yeah. Once you learn like 4 or 5 languages, all the rest of them are just easy.
And you get that fortune back, that point back, don't you? Anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, easy choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it, Mortas.
Alright. It's done. I learned it throughout the boat. Yeah.
Well, throughout the journey.
We'll pick up a few keywords like, thank you, welcome.
Yeah.
Where's the toilet?
Yeah.
The important stuff.
Well,
The cold
yes.
beer, please. So, you are approaching Zabhela. Zabhela is a harbor town, and you think you've been to quite a few harbor towns between you. Yeah, but this place looks a bit strange, it looks a bit different. It's not necessarily the most salubrious looking one. It looks, let's say, organic. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean by that?
No?
Organic.
No?
Well,
To explain a
Did
bit
you
more?
say organic?
Very organic. It looks very organic.
Yeah,
So it looks
yeah.
basically it's grown out of the muddy bank. It's popular trading
Yeah.
card, you know that one. Also with Shemites and so on. But where does it say the description here? Hang on. I had it nicely. I think it's in the law library. But basically, it looks muddy. It looks like there should be rats running all over the place. There are some really poor-looking ships anchored off the coast, but also close and docked. But there's a real sense of liveliness that everybody is just running around in the harbor. Excuse me. So there's a hubbub of activity, but at the same time, this doesn't look very clean, doesn't look very safe, and actually you are taken to the side by Mattia saying, "Ooh, what are you going to do with your share of the loot? Because you want to go north into Stygia, don't you?
We do.
So have you considered what you want to do with it, with your riches?
Well,
Take
you
it
I
with us,
think
I suppose.
we will need camels at least, maybe a guide, supplies.
That sounds like a good plan. But you probably will have some of the riches back. I just wanted to say, you may find carrying all that gold a little bit dangerous here. It may make you target, Zabhela. But there are few I would trust to leave it with here. But if you want to, I can offer to guard your shares with my honor and my life. The Bahari returns to the Makonde village to the south on the morrow. We will carry what you leave with us, and it will be safe for you when you come to visit us on your return. On this, you have my word.
Let us discuss this in the group, and we will get back to you.
Sure.
Because I guess we will need at least some of the gold to pay for all the travel expenses.
And the ability to just spend our night in nice places whilst we travel.
I'd like to.
I'm not sure about keeping.
Insight.
Can
you want to do insight?
recommend an outfitter?
Oh, there are various around in the market, but yeah, I can give you a name. Make one up, go on. So here's the picture, short picture of the port.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Very
Nice.
I need to show that in the stream briefly. Nice
Yeah, I'm
pirate
not too
haven.
keen. I'm not too keen on leaving stuff with her
Yeah.
personally.
And also,
I'm gonna do an insight just to see if what would be the difficulty.
It depends whether she's trying to pretend something, because then it would be an opposed roll.
Yeah.
So I will have to say you have to roll and see how many you get,
Yeah,
because
as many
otherwise it sort of
successes
gives
as
it
you
away.
can. Yeah.
Well, of course.
Now you don't. You want to leave that to stand like that, yeah? Or any talents you want to re-roll anything and do anything else?
I think insight. I mean, I could roll observation.
No, insight is okay.
two.
I'm just thinking re-rolls, but that's fine. So,
No, I'm not going to reroll.
you are pretty sure that she is telling you the truth, that she's honorable here.
Okay, so I convey that to the rest of the group.
Yeah, she seems
what
to be
kind
honorable.
of volume and mass are we talking here? Like we
I
have
think you've got-
420-ish
We've
gold.
got 100 gold worth
Yeah.
each, haven't we?
It says here, the smallest carryable amount of treasure, for example, in forms of gems and jewelry, if you just take the valuable small stuff, would be a total of 75 gold. Everything else basically would be, big bags would be
Bulky.
visible, would be hung around your neck, or like golden chalices or whatever poking out of the saddlebags.
Is that 75 each? Total.
Doesn't say each. It says total. It says
Okay.
they can settle instead for 75 gold in the forms of gems and jewelry.
Okay.
That's oddly specific.
I have 5. I have 5 gold, and apparently that was a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Like I still have 5 gold, and that's supposed to be
Is that
a
not
lot
like
of
just
money.
fold
Like
5
2
gold
gold
coins?
is all you need in a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Essentially, we can just stop right here and go into retirement.
Essentially, you probably, with that money, you could buy a nice villa somewhere.
So
And-
there we go. What's our next game?
Yeah.
Fine.
That's nice.
What are we playing next?
Good game, guys.
Yeah, that was
one
awesome.
ring
Thank you so much, Frank.
Something I can do right away, if you like, is, although not electronically, I've got this in my head right now.
Oh, I almost bought
Did you run
that.
that, Frank, at the club?
I'm running it at the club right now, yeah.
You're running
With the first 2 sessions now. And it's very good, so I'm going to run that at UK Games Expo as well, I think.
Nice. It's 2D20 system.
It's very much simplified, if you like, 2D20 system. One of the things compared to Conan, we've got focus here, as you know, and we've got the attributes. They have that there as well, but the focus attribute don't get added up. Or your skill, I think it's called. So you basically, you have one level, and the focus essentially gives you the crit range, but it doesn't push the maximum ceiling up.
Okay, yeah.
And that was our advertisement for Dream Machines. Buy it at your friendly local game store.
Indeed, go to them.
We'll be playing it while we're retired in this lovely...
Exactly. So let me see. Have I got a nice? I've got a nice desert island somewhere you can retire to.
I have an immediate dream of urgency as I cough up sand out of my mouth
Okay,
and say,
let's get
"Oh
back
wait,
to the sandy thing.
let's get back to the sandy."
I
crap."
hate
Yeah.
sand. Yes. So you are off the coast. You have to decide: do you leave the money with her, or do you try and take it? It will be visible. There's no way of hiding that much wealth on you while you travel around.
Yeah, we'll be a target, won't we? People will be watching us as we've landed here, and they will see us wealthy, and they'll come after us.
This place is a hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear
I
jazz.
mean, I guess we just take the max amount plus whatever we need for all the supplies and leave the rest with her.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels very much like, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
here's
not
the money,
meant to be
but you can't
forcing
have
you.
it.
You can take it all if you like. It's not railroading you in that decision, but it's just an offer.
No, I'm not talking regular. It's just if we take it with us, it's just kinda foreseeable that there will be a lot of encounters with vagabonds and robbers and stuff like that, which I'm open to, but you know,
Yeah.
all progress.
It could slow you down.
Progress. Let's.
It's the attack in the night and the sort of...
Yeah. Let's just say we did that and we won, but we left the money behind. We'll come back for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
So,
to trust it.
the Bahari puts into the
It's
port some of the Kushites of the old Calypso's crew, pirates and slaves alike, former slaves alike, depart and strike out for their home villages, so the crew is definitely sort of, diminishing. But they're all laden with a fair amount of riches, so they're all very, very happy. Even though Mattia urges them all to be very cautious and circumspect about their wealth and not to spend it here in town, but wait until they get home with it. Matthias' new second in command is a veteran warrior named Squara. He goes to the market and tries to buy some of the supplies to restock the ship, and then they're going to be setting off very soon. Vangere also bids farewell to everybody and goes back to his home village. But he doesn't want to go on the ship. He says he wants to walk because he needs to reacquaint his feet with the land he came from. So it's now up to you to mount your expedition. You reckon the Valley of Sat, from what you heard, is about 250 miles away from this place. And the main options are you can either strike out to the relatively safer route, purchase some mounts, horses, camels, something like that, and go northeast, crossing the Kushite lands and entering the Stygian deserts. hoping to avoid their soldiers and patrols. Or you could go north into Karnat, a Stygian city, where strangers are not usually welcome, I have to say right away. Maybe attempt to buy your supplies there, and then you're closer already to the Valley of Sud. However, you would be very close to the eye of the Stygians. So, what do you think? You want to mount your expedition from here, or try to sneak into Stygia first and do it from there?
Sneak. I'm all for sneaking.
Yeah, I'm also for option 1.
Sorry, that was sneaking was option 2.
Yeah,
I'll go with the group. I'm not a great sneak, but oh yeah, I am good.
You are.
Sure, I am. But whatever.
You are.
I can try.
Let me see whether I can copy that into here.
So many characters, so many.
Yeah, your character is good at sneaking. Yeah, the two of us are good.
Yeah. This character is good.
The other two aren't quite as good.
But yeah, no, they suck.
So I have here the 2 options if you want to read them.
And Moses has 1 less fortune point to use on his roll.
So there you go, there in the chat. 2 options.
The most obvious. That's not us.
This is unfiltered, yeah. I did this. This is as it comes.
Oh, I love that. It's like it's scrolling up.
That's called the narrate, isn't it?
Narrating. Yeah.
Why the narrate doesn't work?
It's also in the chat.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's sneak.
You want to go north to the Stygian city of Karnat first.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I guess
faster, right?
Disguise ourselves as Stygians covered because it can just go in alone and purchase the stuff.
You can try that, yeah, you can.
The point we have is speaking the language, isn't it? So we need Moses with us to act as our spokesperson.
I mean,
But we also need a look Stygian.
So
Yeah.
Derzo can do it too.
Yeah.
He's a native speaker of Stygian.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He even looks a bit Stygian.
Mm.
You actually sometimes look
Does
at
he
him
quite
and
like
you
a
think
Stygian?
he's starting to look a little bit like Sam again.
Oha.
Check his incisors, see if he bit anybody recently.
All right, so where do you want? So you do a little shop here and then go to Karnat, and then do the big shop there. Is that the idea?
Yeah, why not?
So you will have to travel through some savannah, and then it might at some point turn into the Stygian desert. That's what you're looking at, and then get to the city of Karnat. Karnat is a city which is a bit of trading, but it's very much under the eye, I think they're called the Brotherhood of Set, of the priests, basically. And it's not very welcoming to foreigners, so you know that. Okay.
In Zabhela, is would there be a place where we could find supplies that would give us clothes that would make us look more Stygian?
You can. More Stygian. They are not really Stygian clothes, but they are very much in the style of.
Okay.
Yes, you can. And they're actually decent. Yeah? They've got traders from all over the place here. And if you spend a little bit of money, you can get some pretty good stuff. There's lots of cheap and nasty as well. So it says here, and hopefully some of you have got the books handy, basically anything with availability 0 and 2, up to 2, you can get here. Anything 3 and 4 will be more difficult. So if you wanted to look. But things like mounts and normal survival gear is all fine. It's just anything esoteric you may have to ask me.
We don't need watercraft, right?
I don't think you need a watercraft,
no. Camels are 2.
Yeah, camels.
What
or
page are
horses.
you on?
I'm on page 137.
136,
That's
137 is the reference that's given here.
Yeah.
Which I might just pull up as well.
We need camels, don't we?
Yeah.
You can have camels or you can have
like
horses.
climbing gear or anything.
Well, do we need camels if we're sneaking? They're not very sneaky.
We could get chariots.
Not sneaky either, but neither are horses.
Or
But when,
longbow.
when we're sneaking, we're trying to disguise ourselves and just blend in with the locals, aren't we? With the merchants.
Yeah.
Yeah, blend back to Assassin's Creed.
And remember,
So-
we're carrying a load of stuff still, so we need camels, don't we? Or some sort of beast of burden.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
But
can use
on
dirt as
each
killer.
one-
Get at least 6 of them. I mean, like we have what 250 miles
Yeah.
of track ahead of us. Those are like 400 kilometers
Mhm.
ish.
So about 40 a day? 30?
They're 8 gold each.
Depends on the traffic on the road, yeah. But typically you would reckon 30 a
30
day.
kilometers a day in the desert, quite ambitious, isn't
Yeah.
it?
If you're following a trade route, you can do 30 a day. But other than that, it gets much slower.
Yeah.
Open desert, you reckon, is about 10 miles a day.
So we are like a month ish.
141, by the way, is where the other equipment list starts.
Yeah, 141 has a lot of stealth clothing. So,
Yeah, just looking
wardrobe
at
of
some of the
appropriate-
costs, we're probably going to spend most of our money anyway on equipping ourselves. Camels are 8 gold each.
Yeah.
8 gold
yeah.
for camel.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
If it's a dromedary, it's probably more. Who can't we haggle? We should be able to haggle.
You can always try and haggle.
of course.
Absolutely, you can try and haggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want
Yeah,
half
I'm gonna persuade with a lot of skin.
I can, however, also give you a little bit of a package deal, and then we can haggle on that.
I mean,
Okay.
So
Okay.
it says the purchasing player can make a survival test to just equip the group with everything you would need for your journey. If you do that correctly, you buy the right stuff of food, water, feed, other necessary supplies, clothing, etc. In all, these supplies have a base cost for the trip there and back. I assume you want to plan two-way trip, yeah?
Yeah.
And then to haggle, you can do a persuade test. And depending on how well you do on that, I will give you the price.
So somebody needs a good survival roll.
Survival roll to judge what you
Yeah.
need, and then whoever does the negotiating needs a persuade roll.
So I can do the survival role because that's my speciality.
Yeah,
But
good.
I need someone to do the talking.
Oh, that's me.
You basically drop the shopping list, and then somebody else do the hacking.
Yeah.
Good, let's do it.
So you need me to make a survival check.
Please do a survival check, difficulty 1.
One. I think we've got 2 momentum. I'm going to grab one of them just to make sure.
And then you get a really good result, so you get some momentum back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you basically, it takes you half a day, but you manage to basically compile a long list from various traders to say this is the stuff we need. And you give that to Shira, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then Shira, you can
Yeah.
do some heckling.
What's
Haggling.
what's the person that we're dealing with like?
Ooh, what are they like?
What do they look like? What
This is a
manner were
Kushite. The person you're buying most stuff from, yeah, is a Kushite.
they?
He is an older man.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a rich trader. He has some of his family members working with him in the shop. You can see that. There's lots of stuff, and he seems very confident.
Okay.
So he's not
So,
like a smart little weasel or anything. Just says, "This is the stuff I've got. I know how good my stuff is. We can help you. Let's make a deal and have some tea."
I'm going to use.
This is the fan coming out.
I think I'm gonna use seducer. So I'm gonna spend a momentum to give myself two more d20s. So actions. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to be persuading through my womanly wiles.
Oh dear.
And what's the difficulty?
The base difficulty is 1, and then depending how much extra successes you get a bigger discount.
Burn the momentum.
Okay, so I'm going to use a momentum because I can only get. So I've done a momentum,
Yeah.
but I need to add an extra dice. So I just click on it, right?
Yes, bonus die.
Why don't you use some more momentum? Because the better success, the better the price. Why don't you? There's loads of momentum to use.
And it's going to be decreasing at the end of the scene.
Exactly. So just burn all the momentum that you can use.
Okay,
So you
well,
have 5 dice.
I didn't give myself any doom. Hang on. I need to refill the doom. Okay, come.
I just gained 3 momentum, so use it all.
Yeah, come
okay,
on, blow it.
so
Blow it.
that's it.
Oh, look at that.
6 successes.
You get it for
6.
free.
No, you needed 1. What do you want to do with the other 4 momentum? Oh, sorry, the 5 momentum you created. Do you want to spend it on this to reduce it, or do you want to bank it? You can only maximum you can bank is 4 right now.
Reduce the price. That's the whole point of using the momentum.
What do you use?
Well,
all
I
of it?
certainly want. Yeah, I want to reduce the price. So yeah, I'm gonna spend as much as I can on it.
So
I'm
it
bringing him
says-
back to his youth.
He's going to give it to you for free almost. No, the absolute cheapest he'll do is, 10 gold. This is not including the camels,
Oh,
which essentially is a really, really good deal. So that is 5 momentum spent.
Yeah. And I kiss him on the cheek, as promised.
Oh, do you want to come for dinner later?
No,
You can meet my
got
wives.
I'm very busy.
That's a shame.
I think I see his wife standing
Right
up in
next to
the
the
back
shop.
of the shop and
Yes, several.
want to get out.
All right, so you walk away with a really, really fine deal there. Basically half price. And with that, let's just make it slightly easier. You've got all the water, feed for animals, clothing, what you need. Basically, you've got what you need for this journey, including the desert climates, not just the savanna or the jungle here. And with that, we still need to talk about horses, and then we can move on. Or mounts, let's put it that way. Camels, probably.
4 camels.
So,
Or is that 4 candles?
candles? No, camels.
Candles.
Yeah.
10 candles is a
multi-part.
different
I
game.
mean, so yeah. So 4
If they're
candles.
dromedaries, can't they go farther? Because they
I
hold
don't
more
know.
water.
I honestly don't know.
I think they hold more water.
But
and they're more
dromedaries aren't the
comfortable
one
to
with
sit
one
on.
hump?
Yeah,
I
2
think
humps.
so, yeah.
Isn't
No,
a camel
camels are the
2,
one with
dromedar
2
1?
humps.
So I used to have a
Yes.
beautiful wall picture of a dromedary
Yeah.
in my
Dromedary's got
bedroom.
1 hump, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're running on half a tank of
Yeah.
gas.
So we want a camel. Okay.
Yeah, we want to
I think you want some of those, like the Bactrian desert camel, those hairy, big, noisy beasts that smell quite bad.
Like the ones they had in the Mummy. Those were nice.
And that a certain hero of the region punched in the face, but no animals were hurt.
No,
Or do
good.
we want a war elephant like in Lord of the Rings? And all of us can go on one.
Are there fucking war elephants in this book?
Now you're making it a bit silly.
Quotation.
There goes that children. There goes that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, availability is free for those.
Doesn't look like it.
Right,
Lame.
so you can buy camels, or you can. They have some nice Stygian bred riding horses here. They're accustomed to the desert.
Oh, okay.
They all need a lot more water, though, won't they?
Yeah.
Let's just say you have enough. But the war horse is out of
How
the
much-
question, it says. But the others.
So
you
how
could
much?
check.
How much would these Stygian horses be in
10
comparison?
apiece.
How much?
10 to 8.
10 apiece.
That's pre-negotiation. Remember.
Yes, it also says it's generally recommended to have 1 extra mount for every 2 riders, so you don't have to have 2 extra mounts for, or 2
Yeah.
mounts for everybody. 1.5 for everybody.
Yeah,
So that would be 6 rather than
yeah.
8.
Durzo, what do you want?
I'm Team Camo. Like we're going into a desert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't want to
I
carry
agree.
off
Team
for the
Camel.
horses.
better observation
Camel.
from so high, and also it's probably easier to shoot a bow from as well.
And they look more Stygian.
Okay, there we go.
But have you been on a camel?
Yeah.
I
mean,
imagine
I
it
guess
to be
I
quite
have.
hard to actually shoot a bow
Me-
from them because they go. Woo, woo, woo,
Yeah,
all
but
the time.
once you've been doing that all day long, you get used to the rhythm. It's all in the timing, isn't it?
I guess. So, camels it is.
Yeah.
Times 6.
So
6 times 8 is 48, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
Negotiation. So
pre-negotiation. The captain is hardly gonna have anything to carry with her to say. Sure. Okay, so I guess I'm doing another roll.
Another persuade, yeah. But this time you're dealing with an old, haggard woman.
Hmm.
She
going
actually
to
reminds you of the camel
use-
she's selling. She looks a bit like a
Oh,
camel. so-
okay.
Big
Does she look like she would even be open to
to money?
charm?
She-
Would she be more? Do I need to use a little forceful words?
You can try either, but you don't think she would necessarily fall for your normal female wiles.
No. Oh, no.
So don't try to seduce her.
So I am going to try strong arm tactics.
By the way, camels, if you want to
believe
look
it's
them
a
up,
late.
page 325. If you want to look them up.
You are able to recognize the most effective strategies to use. You gain an additional d20 to any persuade or command test per rank. I have 2. And I gain piercing X on my threaten attacks, but it's not an attack. I'm not attacking her.
It sort of
I'm
works
certain-
like one because you sort of break a resolve. in this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to break her resolve. So
maybe we start by just asking for discount because we buy 6 at once.
Yeah.
Mentally stab her.
It's like buy 4.
no, I'm
get
not
3.
mentally stabbing her. I'm just saying give us the best price because you
Now.
want to.
Really
Oh.
want to.
Okay, here we go.
As you want to while
52
holding the weapon.
gold.
Oh, 4 successes is not bad at all. So she's a bit flustered by you, being very forceful and very forthright, and then you start saying, oh, these animals haven't been kept very well, and I think you stole this one from the guards in Stygia, and that sort of thing. And she says, yeah, fine, take these. And she gives you
Get them
some
on my hands.
a discount of, let's see, successful persuade reduces the cost by 2 apiece, with each point of momentum spent reducing it by another gold.
That's good. That's good.
So you have from this roll 3 momentum. That
Yeah.
means
3 apiece.
5 apiece reduction. That can't be right.
Plus the 4 successes.
Yeah, that's the momentum translating.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay,
18
okay.
gold for the camels. How much did we spend on supplies?
18.
Another 18. All right.
The price was 10 each, wasn't it?
The horses were 10 each.
And the equipment was 10 each.
So by my calculation, we spent 36 gold, and we are good to go into the desert.
36
Let's
between
go.
you. So it's not
Yeah.
as much as you thought, Martin.
Oh, okay.
It was 18 gold for the supplies between you, and I think you hackled it down to, what was it?
Half.
Camels.
10. So it was 10 in total, not per person.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
10 in total.
Oh, that's good.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that
And
is good.
3 each for the
Okay.
camels. Yeah?
Gosh.
Gone down from...
I should let
16,
you guys
18.
manage my stock market investments, which I don't have.
28 gold is cost us. 28 in total now.
Yeah, 28 you spend in total?
Wait.
No, not even.
We
I can't
want to
remember.
make sure that we have the right amount of gold at the end of the game.
Yes. So you can retire and be happy.
So, so
okay.
that we can retire.
Let's hit the... Actually, there was one more thing you wanted to do. You've provisioned yourself very well. You've done all that. Good. Doesn't make for the most exciting thing. But you probably need a little bit more information, and you may want to find a guide.
Oh.
In the supplies, are there tents and stuff like that included?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll include some tents. It says
With
it's
the
everything you need.
supplies for the guide? He would have his own supplies, right?
Yeah, you just have to pay him, and then you can get his own.
All right. As I was discussing with the older gentleman and the woman, the older woman, in each of those discussions, I was asking them for at least 2 or 3 names of the best guides. Who did they have in common?
Okay. The guide they had in common is a man who's currently in town. He's just come in with a caravan, so he might be available. He's a Gala, so one of the servant class, called Apraku.
Do we need a guide until Karna?
Oh yeah, I think so.
do?
I would say it would be in our best interest.
Because, like, my thinking is we would
Oh, sneak.
it would benefit us to get a stitching guide. We can,
Well,
But
you
if
ask,
we're
this guy knows Stygia very well. He used to be a slave over
Sure, but with the whole sneaking into Stygian and passing as Stygians, I guess having more Stygians in a group is better than, bringing another outsider with us. We have to.
Stygians have
mask
slaves, so you can all be slaves other than Dezo.
Okay, so we'll bring him along. We'll pay him well because we can, and I mean, whatever gold is going to mean a lot, and it might help us in the long run. I think that it's good to have a guide.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on the guide. I'm just not thinking if it would be better to pick up a guide at Karnath instead of here.
But this is to get to Carnoth, is it not?
And get in there.
Yeah.
We
And
can
we
always
may
pick up
n-
another guide when we get there.
Yeah, and if it may be more beneficial for us to have someone who's working for us to kind of keep up that appearance of being more Stygian.
Okay.
I can imagine there's a lot of Kushites in Stygia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So I go to Apraku with Mortaz, who has been helping me throughout this in terms of the discussion.
Translation.
Yeah. And and we hire him.
You hire him. All right.
Make sure we can trust him.
Yeah.
After all, he's only going to be after that eye you're carrying.
Did you reveal it? I thought it was hidden.
No, it's hidden.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of him. I think I love this picture. I think it's come out really nicely. You see it?
Yeah.
He looks quite wealthy with that jewellery around his neck.
Yeah, he's also got a nice sword.
He's well paid as a guide. He's good.
Yeah, he is well paid. Actually, that's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
Or everything has somebody else's name on it. He's stolen it.
Possibly. He loves his bright colors, apparently. Definitely loves his bright colors.
Well, I'm wearing bright colors too, so yeah, I don't. So when I'm discussing or negotiating, do Moritaz or I have any impression of falsehood?
Do me an insight roll. Whoever wants to do it. You can also assist Mortars if you want with 1d20.
Moritaz, why don't you do
I
this?
can assist.
Or you can do
well,
it if you like.
Do it.
I'll
you do
assist.
it.
I
No,
think you
I'll
might be
assist
better.
you. I'll assist you.
I think you might be better. No, let's see. All right, you want to assist? I think assist goes first, though.
Okay.
Assist goes
Yeah.
first. I think it's
All
good
right,
to have
Jack,
somebody
you're
there
supposed
who
to get
speaks his
12
language.
doom, not 8. Well,
Oh, look at that.
Shira already
Oh,
has 2 successes,
but-
and the assist has a 19. Okay. It's not... Oh, it is a complication. Because you have no focus in it. Right. No, you... Actually, Mortis, you're not quite sure about his motivations, but Shira is quite taken in by him.
Ashira, what do you think?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. You're all stuck in the language. You're all stuck in your books. He's great. I go to Durzo and Krius and I say, this will be fine. He's very, very good.
All
you
right.
sure?
Yeah.
So
I'd
what's
stake
the
the
plan?
eye on it.
Yeah. I'm
Take
sure you will.
to the Valley of Set. It's very dangerous. So he would charge you. I think 8 golds to get there. If you also want his services on the way back, we can negotiate it at the time, but it's probably going to be less expensive because the risk would be behind you.
Hold on, I can.
I'm gonna give you some doom,
Oh,
and I'm gonna use seduction on him.
Romance
Some-
is in the air. I knew it.
Romance is in the air.
By the way, I think you should have 12 doom, shouldn't you, at the start of the game?
But this time I might actually have to. No, I think it's 8. I can't remember.
It's 3 per person.
Yeah, it's how many fortune points you've got actually. And
Yeah,
I don't think
so-
you've got 3 each. I think you've got 8.
There's only one of us who's got 2.
No.
Yeah, we should
Okay,
have
that's
11.
3 times 3 plus 2 is
It's
11 then. So I have 13 now. Thank you, Abraku. So he has, of course, a chance to resist this, but you've got 5 successes. Heavens. You're rolling like this or here?
This is my bread and butter.
Right. So what resolve I have to roll for him, right? I actually created him as a whole character. No, I can't find
Oh,
this.
nice.
It's personality, or where is it? Willpower,
It-
discipline.
It's discipline against my.
Feeble. He seems to be
Yeah.
quite charmed by you, and looking forward
Yeah.
to the prospect of traveling with you through dark desert nights.
And I'll be asking him all sorts of questions through Mortaz about the culture and about what to expect.
You get
all
lots of
that stuff.
information, but I do want to move on from the shopping phase a bit. Because
Yes,
it's been
okay.
a long time now.
Yeah. Shopping
Um,
episode.
There is a little bit you could try and find out about the destinations, and that's probably something that's right up Mortaz's alley, isn't it? Society or law tests, so if you want to find out a bit more about the Valley of Set or Karnat, where you're going to be going.
Yeah. I thought we did a lore test before
I don't think we
last
did.
session.
We did
No, we
one on
did.
Zabhela
No. Not
on the
today.
coast, but we didn't know the... Actually, Valley of Set, he did a little bit. Let's make the roll for Karnat, then, for the city.
Yeah.
And I'll give you both of those. Oh, very nice roll as well. Very nice roll. 3 successes, you can bank 2 if you like.
Sweet.
So that's only difficulty 1. So, Karnat. I'm going to put it in the post, so in the chat, so we have it for next time. Of course I have to pop it back in, and that means some stuff is going to disappear again. Asking around Karnat. So here we go. Scrolling text and in the chat. So Karnat is said to be considered one of the oldest human cities in the world. The Stygians believe that humankind originated here, pale-skinned people predating even Acheron. Even still, their bloodline is visible within some of the city's populace, who are pale for Stygians and often have blue eyes. The city itself is built upon ancient ruins, mostly vanished, but strange idols were found there and were worshipped by some of the city's folk, despite the theocracy of Set attempting to stamp such heresy out. And despite its favorable placement along the coast, its fishing fleet rarely trades or exports with other cities throughout the rest of Stygia. Many Stygians consider Karnat barely a Stygian city at all, and some would happily cede it to the Kushites if they would take it, which they will not. So that's where you're headed. Karnat. First port of call, yeah? And the other bit, I think I told you this last time, but again for completeness. We've got the Valley of Set. So it's basically like the, what do they call it in Egypt? The Valley of Kings.
Luxor, Valley of the Kings.
Yeah,
Luxor.
very similar. So you've got some humble grave fields, but you also got massive pyramids and mausoleums. Surprisingly verdant, which means lots of greenery.
This is interesting. You've got Karnak is one of the temples.
Yes.
Here you've got Karnak.
Yes.
They took some inspiration there.
That's typical Howard, actually. If you look at Howard stuff, he often just change names slightly. That's why you don't have Afghanistan, but Afghanistan and things like that. He played with it. So make it recognizable, but different. So, I think the next day you probably wait another night. And then head out.
On a fresh morning.
On a fresh morning?
Yeah. Let's
early.
A night here, at least.
Yeah. But we leave early so that it's still cool.
Yes. That will be much more important the further to the desert you get. So you are heading out. You're heading north along the road, basically up to Karnath. This is a road that is traveled quite well, so you have to have your wits about you a little bit, but also means that it's relatively easy to travel on. I don't really want to play this out bit by bit because I think it's not very exciting, but if you want to, let me know. There are some travel rules for this. Any preferences?
Something's
I'm good with moving along.
So there are some moments where your guide, for example, says, we'll stop here a bit earlier, because otherwise we'll get too close to this place, and there it's known for vagrants and bandits, and we don't want to arrive there at dusk. So he definitely seems to know this place really, really well, and you think he probably saved you some trouble. Probably. At the same time, he seems to be quite flirtatious with Shira. How does Shira react to that?
Cautious, guarded, but
You make the advances.
if it benefits us, then yeah.
He seems to be relaxed around you, and he tells you lots of stories about all the journeys he's been on. He warns you of the Stygians, and he warns you of the Brotherhood of Set, and saying you must not catch their attention. So if you want to just send one or two of you into the city, that might be much, much better plan than everybody going. But beware also the Stygian patrols, because they're always looking for foreigners, thinking they're quite paranoid. They always think that everybody is here to steal their stuff or to foster rebellion. Especially
Abraku, you've been with us long enough. Which two would you think would be best to go in?
He points to Dezo and at Mortis. I think he would cause the least wrinkled eyebrows.
Will you go in as well?
If you take me, I will come. Like I know the city a little, I can help you.
Okay. And I go to the rest and convey that. Krius, I don't mind staying behind if it means that we're going to accomplish this faster.
I'll show you just a little
Yeah,
picture of the savannas you're traveling around.
The two of us are quite stealthy. I wonder whether we can use our stealth to stay close, whilst the other two just go in as they are.
Absolutely. And with my added acrobatic ability, I may be able to keep up with you up on the ramparts or whatever we encounter and stay
I
stealthy.
don't think you're too bad at these things anyway.
Well, thank you.
No.
And obviously, I am so good at setting up disguises that we can make ourselves look whoever we want to look like.
Hmm.
So, what is it exactly we try to achieve in this city?
Sure.
Resupply.
Didn't we get supplies here?
You got, yeah, you got probably enough, but you might want to look for information. I don't know. It's up to you. You can bypass it if you want to.
I mean,
I think
that's the
getting
thing, like, is there a point in A, going in, or B, sneaking in?
If it's just resupply, then there's no need to sneak in, is there really? You're just going in there to find someone to buy from.
Yeah, but we don't want to get captured or stuck or delayed. So it's probably better for Durzo to go in to be the strong person in case trouble arises, and Mortaz for his knowledge and for his ability to talk to people and gather up information. We can stealth if we want, but it does make sense. And it will be fast. All we have to do is gather up the information that's going to best get us to this location as fast as possible. And do we know where it is?
But the thing is, yeah.
For a brief moment, I leave you to your discussions. I just need to refill. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Mattia told us where it is. Apraku knows where it is, so like we paid him to be our guide to the valley. So, in my opinion, we also bought supplies enough for the entire trip.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we can just skip this city entirely. Because one downside to asking for information is that we are giving the information out that we are looking for the valley and we are going there. So on the, going with the theme of being sneaky, maybe announcing that we are here and going there is debatable.
Why don't?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Okay, so why don't you ask this Abaraku guy, which is Frank, and maybe he'll give us some answers as to why he wants us so desperately to go to this place, because there's obviously a reason.
Yeah, but I wonder whether.
But I agree. I agree with Durzo.
I'm guessing we probably need fresh water because we probably will be consumed a lot of that. But beyond that, it should be okay. Unless we think there's something else to be gained from here.
I can't see it.
No, because this was just a route, an option to go this way as one of the paths to get to where we need to get to.
Why did we decide to go here in the first place?
I was wondering.
Fire supply.
Okay,
it was a less obvious route, wasn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
No,
yes,
the other one was the less obvious. That's why I said.
No, the first one was the most obvious.
Most obvious. So it says the most obvious: horses, camels, supplies. But
it's the most obvious because it's the least risky one. Because
yes,
but you wanted to go sightseeing. That's fine by me.
To accomplish. Okay, so
Frank, do we really just need to maybe get some water and that's about it? We don't need supplies, do we?
We just stock up on more water here.
You have the supplies you actually really need. You have them on you. This is more like, it's a different route. It's less jungly, if you like. Yeah, so it's a slightly different encounter table if you wanted to play out the route. So, but we decided to shortcut this slightly. So it's not a huge deal, but I basically know that very early on you're entering Stygian territory, so there will be a couple of encounters that are now different to the other route.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess then I'll go in with Mortas and our guide. We refill our water and then we are on our merry way off.
Okay, so as you approach the city, or as you leave it, you're going from the savannah sort of place into drier and drier. It gets drier and drier as soon as that happens. but there's some fierce weather coming. There are some big storms brewing. There's torrential rain going on. Great blasts in the sky of lightning storms and so on. And that is after you just left Karnat. And your guide, Aparaku, basically says, oh, you need to be careful here. There are some tribes around. They are not very friendly because they're constantly under the cosh from the Stygians, so they are always distrustful of strangers. So you may not be able to find a lot of shelter from the locals. You may have to cope on this yourself. So if you want to keep yourself safe and dry, we'll need somebody to find a good campsite and set something up.
Well, we do have a guide.
Yeah.
Yes, he can definitely do something. He can give it a go.
I think some of us are also proficient in survival.
But you can work together with him.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah, I am very good at survival, as you all know.
No good at it, or very good at it.
I have something called Born Wild, which means I can reduce the difficulty of any survival test to find food and shelter as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. So this is my bread and butter.
So, there are 2 days basically of this really, really tough weather. So for those, I think I'll want a total of difficulty. Let's make it difficulty 3. No, you make it too easy. Difficulty 4. And you have Abraku working on it, and you've got yourself on it. Yeah? So do you want to lead and Abraku helps you? Or the other way around?
He can help me, yeah?
Yeah, I think that makes more sense because you've got your extra skills on it.
So I've got Born Wild that reduces the difficulty by 1 step.
So down to 3.
If you're saying it's difficulty 4, it's difficulty 3 now.
Yeah. So we need to reach 3 between the two of you. You still have momentum.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to steal you 1 because we had a scene change. But I need to be harsher on this. I'm far too soft with you guys.
Okay. So
Very
I need
strange
difficulty 3 and I need 1 success. Okay. I'll use a couple of points of momentum.
Go for it.
Oh, not very good rolls, but yeah.
Oh, very, very good roll. And he still has his to help you. Only 1 now. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
He adds another 2 successes. You have some, yeah. You needed, did we say 3? And you got 6. So you get 3 momentum back. And you don't just find a nice spot to weather this out. Actually, all your animals, all your packing stuff is all able to fit into this. If you give me an extra momentum.
Yeah, okay.
It slows you down somewhat. And you have time to, again, think about what you're doing. But Shira's dreams are not changing at all. They're still full of sand and heat and dryness.
Is this the storm you foresaw, you talked about?
Yes.
The one in your dream seemed a lot sandier than this.
The one in my dream seemed a lot more sandier than the recent ones?
The storm in your dream seemed sandier than the storm you're just in.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody.
Maybe there'll be more storms to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy getting to this place.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we can only keep going.
Okay, let me just do 1 more here. Can you also, Prius, please make me an observation test? As you now set out on the next day, the world around you has changed significantly. There are rivulets, there's mud in the savannah, there's some flowers coming up, so it's not ugly at all. It's actually a really nice landscape now. However, it makes the traveling a little bit slippy underfoot, a little more difficult, because sometimes you come across a grass-filled little valley. Sorry, water-filled little valley. 1 success. You just move. You pick your way. So 1? No, it's 2 now. You pick your way through some of this very difficult terrain now, trying to get your camels basically to have good footing. You see in the distance, in the middle distance, a herd of antelopes grazing in a grassy field there, enjoying the freshly refreshed vegetation. Do you
Okay.
want to
Can
give
I
it a
can I use? I gain a bonus momentum when I scan environments, and I can use that on obtain information momentum.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
if I spend that momentum on additional information,
What would you like to
give-
know?
what they are.
That's a quite large little group of antelopes. You know, however, also that can be a bonus if you like. Yes. Yeah, I just have to rearrange the cameras now because there's a switch of fast forward.
Yeah.
No problem.
No idea what that was.
No problem. Right.
I'm
You know
wondering
that
about whether there could be enemies
a
hiding
larger
amongst
herd
them.
like this will also attract predators.
So can I observe predators? Start scanning the edges of where they are.
You get 2
to see if there's
successes. You spend
predators
1
hiding.
momentum on that. You don't see any currently, but you are pretty sure from your instincts it's not going to be. They are not going to be far away.
And they could see us as easier targets because we've got big slow camels.
Possibly.
Okay. So do we want to give them a wide berth?
You can do that. You saw them early enough.
We probably should because we don't need supplies. Let's just avoid any trouble.
Abraco says, "You're a wise man." So you skirt them around them, you make a bit of a detour, and you come onto this little forest. And in front of this, yeah, it's like a scrubland forest really, but there's this one tree standing in front of it on your detour. Brilliantly green. Lots of blossoms. They must have just sprung open in lots of different colors, but mainly what you notice is there are some dark, big globe-like fruit hanging off, dark red fruit hanging off the tree, and they look very tempting.
Ask our guide if he knows much about what these fruits are.
All right, let me have a look. Abraco, where are you? And he says, "Oh, they're nice-looking fruit. I can tell you that much."
Edible?
Let me see what he rolls back. Are they edible? What does he say? He says to you, I don't think they're edible. I certainly have been warned not to eat them. I don't know exactly what they are, but I know it's not advisable to eat.
Should we avoid this tree? It must have some sort of underground water source. It's so green.
Well, there's plenty of water that just came to us. Anybody else who wants to do a survival roll, you can. You can do it one as a group if you like. If you want to try and find out more. He had successes, but he didn't quite have enough to tell you the detail.
Can I roll?
Yeah,
Really
come on.
bad.
I'm trying to play some other skills up here, not just fighting and so on today and seduction. I just want to give you a chance to do some exploration and
Okay.
things like that. So, Mortas, if you wanted, you could even use some law to assist.
Assist with
With somebody else trying to identify these fruit.
Could I do healing to sort
is-
out if it's like
Yeah, sure, why not?
poisonous or yeah?
Why not?
it is raining, right? Correct.
It has rained really, really heavily, but right now it's actually not raining.
Oh, okay.
So that's 1 from Durzo.
I'll use my survival.
Easy survival.
I'll assist. I should have assisted.
That's 2. And Mortas, come on. Make the difference. Yeah, well done.
Oh,
Well done. That's
yay.
exactly what you needed. You put this together, and you basically put all your knowledge together. You pool what the stories you've heard, you pool the herbalism that you know, and also your survival skills. And between you basically identify this and describe it, and all of a sudden Mortar says, "Oh, I've read about this. These are the dreaded apples of Derketa." Ooh, says Durzo, who's heard of these clearly. They make an extraordinarily deadly poison.
Oh.
So if you eat one of them, or you get the juice out somehow and put it on a weapon, it is a very strong poison. However, handling the apples is tricky. Yeah? So you don't splash yourself with it. You need somebody
And-
who's very agile and acrobatic to pluck them without splashing themselves.
Well,
Okay, so I have a couple. I have probably about 3 now empty vials
Hmm.
that I used with my poison in my fan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn to Creus
Mm-hmm.
and ask Creus if he's willing to try to get some of that inside if I help him to hold, to
Okay.
hold the vials.
Are these reachable by hand, or are they high in a tree and need to be shot down?
You wouldn't necessarily want to shoot them because that could crack them open and splatter you with the juice. Somebody would have to climb up and pluck them, or maybe balance on somebody else's shoulder to pluck them, so somebody acrobatic could get them down. Did somebody not have alchemist here?
Yeah.
Mortas.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to do anything until that we have the apples.
Once you have them down, getting the juice out and getting the juice into the vials is probably something you could definitely help with. Not probably, you can definitely help with it. But getting to
So
them
I can-
first is acrobatics.
How are you, Durzo?
with acrobatics, I mean, I could just give you a lift up there.
Yeah. Brute strength. He's
You
the
can throw,
athletics person.
throw Shira into the tree if you like.
You're quite agile, aren't you, Shira?
Just chop this tree down.
Or do you want me
I'm
Mortas.
acrobatic, but I'm not very strong.
No,
But I could help.
You
I
need
could
a
help.
climb ability, don't you? So if Durzo helps you up, you could then climb and reach out for some.
Yeah, but you're probably much more dexterous than I.
Probably not. You may
Didn't you
think
just
I am.
upgrade
I'm
your
skilled with the bow.
dexterity?
Yeah,
One
I
has a cutting
did.
axe.
But all right, so
To chop
somebody
the tree
give.
down.
Okay, so somebody give me a lift up.
Yeah, I'll give you a lift.
It's not that hard. You need 2 successes. There you go.
Okay.
So, actually, I just count one of them because you're supposedly assisting me.
Durzo, you're
So I count one of
yeah.
those, and acrobatics from Shira.
Ooh.
It's not a complication, but it's not a success either. So you have 1. Do you want to do anything with a roll?
Yeah.
Can you
So
re-roll anything?
what is it? A doom? I give you a doom?
Usually,
To
it's a
re-roll?
talent that allows you to
It's a
reroll,
talent.
and I think in momentum only allows you to do combat die or damage die, right? Not a
It's a
D20.
talent that'll allow you to.
I mean, before we risk it, if we just want to choose, why don't we just step back? Cryas shoots a couple of them down, and then we just, pick them up with the arrow.
You
and-
started this. No, we can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we've
suggested
already
shoot
started
one.
this.
Yeah,
So
I imagine
don't-
this roll as lifting up, and it's just too far to reach. So
Yeah, but what I'm
I-
going to do with this success
one
really is you
becomes
sort of
loose.
battered it.
I
you
don't
can't
have
grab it.
anything where I can re-roll unless there's something in the mechanics that I don't.
Fortune? No.
No, there isn't. There isn't. It'd be a
All
talent.
right. I don't want to be too mean here. But on the other hand, you did just fail a roll.
I did.
So
Yeah, all that
basically, what you
momentum was there, you
do
didn't use it.
on the strong shoulders of Durzo, you're reaching up towards this apple of Decatur. You are trying to grasp it, but then you just wobble a little bit and you sort of bash it, and it bonks down on your forehead and falls to the ground. So let's see. It says even handling this, never mind plucking it, even handling this thing takes.
And the bonk on the head is no good.
Requires a successful acrobatics test. Right. So it's not that bad. Basically, what starts happening is you have a bit of a rash that starts coming up, and your forehead is sort of burning. It feels like it's on fire.
I'm screaming about my face, my
Water.
face, and I go down and turn to I turn to Mortaz. I say, what's going to help this? this because I see Krius coming with water, and I'm panicking that water's going to make it worse.
Alchemy check, make that.
Go on,
You
go
know
on.
what?
Let's have some rolls which are not combat today. I like this.
We have a healer amongst us as well. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
complication.
Oh
Heal
my
it out.
god!
It's a success with a complication. Alright.
You are pretty sure that water is not a good idea. But you
Yeah,
don't know
then-
what is a good idea. Whether it's probably camel's milk or something.
I'm going in with healing and let's see.
Holy shit.
Oh my
But
gosh!
wait.
Beautiful
Hold on
face.
there a moment.
Uh-huh.
Healer's back, thingamajig, and re-rolling the 20 there.
Yeah, okay. You're spending one of those
Yeah.
doses, whatever you call it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
nice. That's
cool.
nice.
There we go.
So
I'll
you
put up with
quickly
that.
grab into your healer's back and you say to Cryos as well, do not put water on it. It's not a good idea because it'll just wash it into her eyes. She might go blind. And you get some sort of greasy stuff out. Like when you take fat from an animal and you render it a few times to get the sort of purified fat. And you say you have to have this on your forehead for several days so that will, over time, it will draw out the poison. But you have to have a real nice big sludge of grease over your forehead,
Just a strip of bacon strapped to your head.
basically. Or
Yeah.
you can
I
put
completely
a
forgot I
bandage
had this
around it.
Maybe
if you like.
attractive.
So for the next few days, yeah, definitely
And I am going to stink
you're
because
gonna
it's hot.
you're going to stink, and you're going to even after that have a little bit of a mark on there.
Yeah,
And this concludes the romance,
yeah,
arc
that
of this
concludes the
adventure.
romance.
Can I by chance, I know like this is a bit late, I just realized I have this, which lets me reroll the 20. If that helps.
On the alchemy,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. We found a
Nah,
solution
don't
for
worry
it now.
about it.
But you are
Don't
with
worry
that.
about
I'll
it.
just
It-
say that with that alchemy, you are able to take that apple and harvest it. The one that has fallen on the ground, you
Stripped
can
down,
handle
yeah.
it and you can harvest it now. So you can actually get some of the liquid from the apple, some of the juice. So whoever
all
wants to
purpose.
carry it, I'll just put some of the stats in the chat for you. So put a
Gonna borrow the
note on your
vials,
character sheet
yeah.
with that information.
I'm gonna borrow the vials and make a press so I can just press the juice into the vials and
I think
I-
from the one apple you get one dose.
okay.
You can do that whole thing again if you like to harvest some more.
Like there's
Only
be a
does
better
4
way.
damage.
Yeah, but it's persistent 4. So it does 4 damage, and then it does 4 damage, and then it does 4 damage, and then it does 4
And that's
damage.
plus whatever damage initially. So,
Four
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
so
Yeah?
it's an arrow. You get 4 damage
Yeah.
plus arrow damage.
But
So
the
it's
thing is
actually-
supposed to kill a dragon just by getting eaten. So,
Yeah, I guess so. But that's what you want to do.
So it's come at a cost.
It's come at a cost, but you have a very, very good Poison.
Because that's 4 dice, and if you roll 4 effects, each one's got persistent 4 then. So that's
Mm.
don't think that
16.
stacks. I think it's like with the how's it called?
If you have
The
one effect,
intense
it's
one. It
persistent
just
4.
applies
Yeah.
no matter if you roll effects or not, but only once.
Yeah, I agree.
So
with
do I mark down on conditions poison?
that. Yeah, but only for a day. And then after that, you actually have taken 1 damage as well. Sorry, 1 die of damage, I should say. So it could be 2. Let me just roll a d6.
it's got effects of death.
1 damage, as I said.
Okay, so that's off my vigor.
Yeah, that's one off your vigor. You will heal that relatively quickly, but the main thing is you spoiled your looks. You
Yeah.
can't seduce anybody for a little while. Not easily.
Our resolve is back to full, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, your resolve is back to full. You've rested.
Okay.
Okay, you are now transitioning into the desert country. So, just because I've done these scenes, I want to show them. I'm going to show that briefly in the stream as well, so people can see the artwork that my players are treated to. Look at that. Like that?
Beautiful.
Very nice art.
Very
Yeah, lovely.
Good. So you're coming to the much drier environment now. And yeah, that rendered fat on your forehead, it keeps running into your eyes, and it's really unpleasant. It's a little bit smelly, so you have to replace it a few times. But your healer says it will draw out the poison, so it's definitely worth it. Stygia was a mighty kingdom at some point. It had colonized lots of places around it. You probably know the history of this, do you? I come from here, he says.
What?
So I won't go too much into the detail, but it's a very different experience now, from the savannah crossing from there to the desert. And this is where your camels really come into their own. They're relatively sure of foot. You occasionally see small animals scattering around, like tiny foxes, some lizards, a few insects, a few birds, but not that much. The vegetation is mainly half-burned trees or cacti or clumps of grass, occasionally some bush somewhere, maybe even some tumbleweed if you like, along a rocky ridge maybe. But the key here is to not travel in the middle of the day. So you're trying to keep to dawn and dusk. Who's been to the desert before from your group?
I mean, all of us?
Yeah,
Did
I would.
initially.
An adventure?
Oh,
adventure.
yes. Shem, the Shemitish desert. You were up
Yeah,
there, weren't
yeah.
you? But it's a bit different. You come after a day or so through the desert, you come to a corpse lying close to the path you're following. Probably Stygian. Probably, but not very wealthy dressed or anything, but he's peppered with arrows.
Oh, okay. Check the arrow
What?
types.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, check the arrows.
They look vaguely Stygian. And you actually had, as you came closer, there were a couple of vultures sitting on this thing, and then they scatter and scarper as you come closer.
How long ago does it look like he died?
He hasn't been here very long, but looks like from the clothes and general what you can see of what's left, that the vultures haven't carried off. This is probably a slave.
Okay.
So escaped, hunted down.
Or maybe got ill and he just got discarded. And they shot him.
Then why worry with 5 arrows?
Okay. Well, if he's only a few days old, therefore there's others not too far away then, so we need to be there. You just start scanning the horizon at all times, looking for any movement.
Okay, do another observation test. Need some desert music. I don't have any desert music lined up for you. Sounds far too sweet, the background music. Oh, very, very good. No complication either. Oh, what a pity. You see a little bit further on, there's something else lying in the sand and is much bigger. You think it might be a riding animal. And a bit further along, over there, is that shimmer? Is that real? Is there possibly some water there? Is there possibly a little oasis back there? Or is it just a Fata Morgana? Mirage. That's what you say in English. Fata Morgana.
Mirage. Yeah.
Are we okay with water at the moment?
Yeah, you can always do with more. Your guide points out. You're okay, but because it rains so much.
Has he been this way before?
Sorry, say again?
Has he been this way before and he knows if there's something out there?
He has not been on this particular route before. He's been in this environment before and knows that whenever you can top up your water is a good idea. But he doesn't know this route.
I'm gonna take a look. What's the difficulty?
For what are you looking at? The water.
I'm looking at this oasis, potential oasis.
Okay, you can do me average just D1 survival test.
Oh, survival? Oops.
Or observations. That's what you have then.
I rolled observation.
That's fine.
Not bad, yeah.
I just make it slightly harder and then it works. Yeah. You think that's probably is a real watering hole, you reckon?
Do I notice any other, say, animals in the vicinity? like close to it? Because you said we already saw something moving around. Is there
You saw
something-
occasionally some lizards and so on, but it's not like
Yeah,
there's a
but nothing
5
like
horses
a
hitched
riding horse
to the tree
or-
by the oasis or anything like that. No, you don't see any
Okay.
animals right there. You do see that one dead animal a bit further along
Yeah,
the road
yeah.
that Cryo said was there.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
halfway between where you are and where this oasis might be.
So I say let's go. Let's try it.
Yeah. Can I check for tracks as well, though? Just see if there's any remnants of tracks on the ground.
There are some, yeah. I'll give you that for free because of your earlier roll with the extra successes.
Okay, and what do those tracks tell me?
You think there probably was some sort of patrol. There must have been maybe 10 riders, you reckon? On a mix of camels and horses. And yeah, it's hard to say, but tracks don't last forever in the desert because the sand blows over them.
So therefore, they are still quite fresh on that basis.
Yeah.
Then, if it's still visible.
A few days.
Let's
maybe.
head over to the dead beast.
Mhm.
What
It's a
else is there?
camel. It's the remains of a camel. Its saddle has been pulled off, is lying next to it. There are some small personal effects scattered around it, and a trail of footprints leading off. And then they just stop.
And these footprints, are there also rider tracks there? So it's not just footprints.
There are some around it, yes. So you maybe
And
put the story together what happened here.
well, does it look like someone's run away from the camel? Are the prints in such a way that it's a running person?
Yeah, could very well be. If you had to
And
tell a
maybe they're
story
being
from
chased.
this, it might be somebody was trying to get away, camel collapsed or something. He then tried to run away, but was surrounded by some horsemen. And then
What
disappeared.
what type of personal effects are they?
They're trinkets. There are small things. There's a water bottle, maybe. There's some supplies. There are some like a leather bag, some bells. That's about it.
Anything that would identify
It is relatively
say-
poorly made Stygian stuff.
Okay. So and there's nothing that would identify it as a particular gender or anything like that?
No. So
Okay.
your assumption is it's probably male, but there's nothing decorative, ornamental, anything like that, other than what they normally have, the Stygians, and you know that from Durzo.
And the running away tracks, then they don't lead to the dead slave. This is
No, they just
another
stop.
set.
But it could be that the horseman captured this person and pulled them up
Maybe.
and dropped him somewhere else.
And we can see the tracks of where the horseman went. Is that this roughly similar direction to where we're going?
Some of them go towards this watering hole, and some go towards where you've just come from. So they went back and forth, maybe, or they split
Well,
up.
let's just go to the watering hole.
Essentially, what I'm trying to build up is other people are moving through this landscape. And they're organized, and there are several.
Okay.
But
let's go to the watering hole.
but it is but the savannah or the desert, we are able to see a fair distance, correct?
Yeah. It's not all flat.
Okay.
There are some hills. I think in the pictures you can see some hills and so on. And this oasis seems to be in a bit of a dip. So it's not all clear, but there's nothing that you can see moving around that you would have to worry about at this stage. You had very good observation rolls. Yeah.
Okay.
So your guide says a watering hole can be a risk because other people will come there. But it can also be good to refill some water. What do you want to do?
I think we should go there. We don't aim to stay long, do we? Just a quick refresh our water and move on.
Just check it out real quick, refill, and then be off again. And if someone wants to, encounter us, then I guess we get some free supplies.
Like I would say,
Nicely put.
out of own character, what if they're much stronger? But at the same time, Durza just eliminates anything, so we have nothing to fear.
He's like, nothing stronger than Durza. Come on.
All right. You come to the watering hole and you see that there definitely was a group there that watered their horses. You can see that from the tracks quite clearly. You can fill your bottles up. It looks like safe water to drink, but it's actually a little bit of a mud hole. So if you really want to refill it, I probably will ask for a short survival test to make sure you get decent water rather than mucky water. So, finding the best spot to fill your bottles. And if there's a nice complication, then maybe one of the bottles is a little bit poisonous. Okay, yeah, you can fill it. Fine.
There we go.
There we go. All good, all good. You reckon that at least 6 men, probably a few more, were here with their horses to water them not long ago, maybe even just a day ago. And they went further the route that you are going to take.
Okay.
Yeah, the tracks are much clearer here because there's a bit of vegetation and the ground is a bit moister. There's actually, interestingly enough, yeah, I'll give you that for 2 successes. You even see some chariot tracks.
Knew it. We should have gotten chariots.
Well, we can maybe get one off the back of.
Yeah. I immediately go to that.
Well, we'll just kill them and take the chariots.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, you're getting cocky. Let's put it that way. So
We've got Durzo, we've got
Exactly.
Krius. We're fine.
all right, I'm going to move it to one more thing, and then I'm going to close it for today, I think. So you have managed, because you had some really good rolls as well, to avoid a lot of the trouble that I had stored up. Okay. On the morning of the next day, yeah, you basically camped again, broke up your tents, started moving. You can see that you're going to coming to a rockier area now. You've been traveling through the desert for about 6 days. And luckily, because it's still morning, but the sun is coming up, and Akuba says to you, well, if we can get to the shadow of the rocks, we can actually try to travel a little longer today. Or we can find somewhere to rest while the sun comes up. So, yeah, I'm not even going to ask because you constantly have huge successes. You see that there are tracks running into this valley in front of you, this sort of canyon thing. Yeah, this seems to be a well-traveled location.
This could be an ambush location, though. We've got to be careful.
Yeah. So you can, if you want to, sneak up and have a look, or you can do a survival or something like observation roll to see how recent these tracks are.
So sneak.
100% sneak.
Yeah.
So the two of us go, Shiva?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Stealth check, yeah?
Difficulty?
2.
Are you going to spend a momentum?
Yeah, we've got enough.
So imagine like this: you two are getting off your camels, the others are staying behind because you're a big group, and saying you're going to scout ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's roll. Let's see it.
So you're going to reuse 1 momentum?
Yeah, I assume you want momentum as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use 1 each, yeah?
Yeah. We should generate it too, so we should be fine.
I'm not so hot as stealth compared to probably you.
Okay.
Ooh, failure.
Oh, that's
But Krius made up. Yeah.
Krius, you can donate a success to actually cover Shira as well, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll happily cover Shiva.
So that would basically mean that you have 5 successes. I did say difficulty 2.
6 successes in total.
So that's 3 momentum, minus 1 because you're helping. That's 2 momentum you can bank. You come up, and actually as you are coming up to this rocky thing, you're basically going up the slope a little bit. You can already hear some noises coming towards you. Yeah, they seem to be coming from this canyon. They're not echoing out towards where you were previously, but here you can definitely hear them. So you sneak up, you sort of do a bit of belly crawling to the edge, and peering down, you see a group of 4 Stygian soldiers who have surrounded 2 men. Those 2 men in the middle are standing back to back to try and guard each other, and they have got weapons out, and they're fighting basically. The soldiers are circling them and laughing at them and so on, jabbing at them with javelins and some kopashes. They're trying to get through. One of the guards stands back with a bow, and he's just readying an arrow, whereas the other's holding the other 2 in the middle there. And he seems to be looking for a clear window of opportunity. You know exactly what he's doing there. The defenders, the 2 in the middle, are dressed in desert robes, black and voluminous, and they have scimitars and daggers. At their feet are several dead men, dressed as they are, and scattered throughout the immediate areas are the bodies of a few of the soldiers as well, dead or dying. As you watch, one of the Stygian soldiers hanging back draws the bow, as I said. Do you want to intervene quickly, or do you want to see what happens?
Do we recognize the robes?
Vaguely, you reckon you've seen some of these, and on your travels, they are probably Stygian military patrol.
The people who were
the black robes, they're desert folk.
They're desert folk.
They're desert folk of some sort. There's not a uniform as such. It's just like, this is what you wear in the desert.
I'm going to get my bow out and be ready to shoot the man who's about to shoot.
So you want to stop him. Right. Okay. That means you have to have quite a quick shot. He doesn't know where you are, so he's not going to roll against it. But I want, normal 2 successes for you to hit him.
2 successes. Okay. Right.
And I need to just find a quick target for you, so we can stats.
I've only got a hunting bow. I'm not going to show my bow.
Stygian. Have I got a Stygian somewhere? No, I don't. Okay.
I'm going to use some momentum because I want to guarantee a hit here.
Got a Karajan or the bodyguard. Let's go for the Karajan guard and just assume that he's actually currently not Karajan. So there he is.
Okay, you go.
He's not going to survive that, is he? I said 2. You make it 4.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
do your damage.
I always forget to put the difficulty in there. Okay, damage.
Ouch. 6 damage.
2. I can reroll 2.
Yeah, okay. With a bow, you are superior to Dozo. So your effects are... Yeah, you don't want to do volley, do you? Just normal.
No, I just don't want to do volley.
So let me... I think I know what's going to happen, but let's system... Yeah, I thought so. We got the pirate sign. The skull. So he's just readying the shot and saying to his colleagues, sort of, step to the side, I've got a shot now. And just in that moment, your arrow comes down. You know how the camera, following the arrow, going a bit left, right, and just sinks itself straight into the chest of this man, who just shouts and lets the bow, drops the bow, basically. The arrow just flies off somewhere, and with a scream goes to the ground. And I think at that point...
And I made sure that we're both down.
From the way back to the horses and camels where you were, you will hear a shout, basically. There's some battle has been joined. And I think we might do that next time. What do you think?
Yeah. Sounds good.
This is going to be a small battle.
Yeah.
Comparatively. So you have intervened on the side, on one side, without actually understanding the situation fully. Was it a good choice? Yeah. We will find out next time.
I didn't say. I left it to I left it to Krias, so I'm taking no responsibility.
You're already distancing yourself.
You don't have time to wait. You just have to react.
Remember, you're a team. You can't just say, "Oh, it was his fault."
No. I'm just now wiping. I'm still.
I looked
wiping
at Shiva and I saw that look in her eye,
my...
and I said, "Yes, shoot."
Okay. Yeah. So we'll pick it up from there next time. I would suggest. Yeah, which should be in 2 weeks' time, 14th of March. I think I've got down.
You did.
Time start, or it says 3 o'clock, or 3 Eastern time.
Didn't you say that you couldn't make that?
The 14th I can make.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. We can discuss it in a minute. But the one after that, the 28th,
Ah.
Now, is that right? I'll look it up in a minute. So, but first of
Okay.
all, yeah, this was a relatively chilled session today because I was traveling and there was a bit of shopping. But you are definitely reaching danger zones again. So next time, we will meet Harkuv, the Black Vulture. You might have to cross the Hungry Sands. You may see the Thing in the Night. And you might reach the Valley of Evil. We will find out more next episode. So take